Well, hello there. I'm Cosmic Cannibal, the sometimes satirist and most of the time astrologer for The Scribe. This is Cosmic Chronicles, your weekly report of all things astrology, from zodiac signs and planets to transits and horoscopes. And speaking of horoscopes, I've got yours for the week. The Aries Full Moon. Aren't you lucky? You get 2 Cosmic Chronicles episodes this week. I couldn't put them in the same episode. It felt wrong. You know, especially with this one. You're talking about Aries. Aries has got to be number 1 in front of everybody else. You cannot latch Aries on to another horoscope. Plus, it just didn't work. The vibe of this forecast just doesn't vibe with the other vibe of the others, right? Anyway, now there are days when you want to say to hell with it all and let your heart lead the way, no matter the consequences or costs. Well, Wednesday, October 20th is one of those days. There's a full moon at 8:57 a.m. Mountain Time, and it's taking place in fire sign Aries. I already said that, so coolio. Now, full moons are days when projects finish, plans are finalized, and your feelings about a person or intention become more obvious. Since this full moon takes place in Aries, by now we should know that, a sign known for its excitability and impulsivity, you might find yourself rushing to get things done, forcing the finalization of a project or decision, or just being about impatient with everyone as you can be. But wait, there's more. Called the Hunter's Moon, this full moon is urging you to go out into the wild and hunt your passions. The trine between Mars, the bringer of action, and Jupiter, the bringer of luck, puts an extra pep in your step. And the square between Mars and Pluto, the planet of transformation, has you questioning how badly you want what you want. Should you keep fighting or let it all go? Mercury is direct but still in its shadow phase, so answers, decisions, and actions will be delayed a few more days. How many more days? I can't answer. I'm not a day calculator, okay? With this full moon, there's a tug of war between 2 paths created by the Aries moon and the Libra sun. Do you go the direct route to your desires, or do you diverge and delegate? Now, the courageous, brave, and just all around arse-kicking energy of Aries makes you put yourself first and act on your passions, but you'll also feel emotionally raw, like all your feelings are on full display, which maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's one of those days when you just go and scream into a pillow or punch a wall. Your roommate probably won't like that, so I do not condone wall punching, okay? Let's get that out of the way. Spoiler alert, don't punch any walls. It's not a spoiler. Whatever. Now, anyway, back to the small little intro description. For a more accurate picture of how the Aries full moon will impact you, while punching aside, you have to look at where both the moon and the sun are in the sky. Now, I have actually conveniently noted these astrological houses that the 2 luminaries are activating on Wednesday. So, without further ado, your 2021 Aries Full Moon horoscope. I'm gonna get thunder or something on that. Aries. The houses activated are the 1st and the 7th. Ambition and aggression are aroused, but your ego is challenged by those who hold power over you. Parents, boss, spouse, whatever. Before you throw an epic temper tantrum, ask yourself, have I willingly relinquished control over my own life? If so, then today's the day to be your own champion. Taurus. Retreat from the ruckus and retire to your safe space. There, you can disengage without feeling pressured to be productive or extra efficient. After all, it's exhausting having to be the one who's always fixing things. Just tie up those loose ends before you hide out, or they might trip you up. Though your houses activated are the 12th and the 6th. Gemini. Goals take center stage, so get curious about your motivations for pursuing those cherished hopes, wishes, and dreams. Are you doing it all for money, recognition, or something more soul-satisfying? A mentor could offer pearls of wisdom that energize or leave you in conflict. Avoid acting on blind impulse. The houses activated for you are the 11th and the 5th. Cancer. Conjure some courage. A public squabble with your boss or your spouse or your teacher or your parent about your ambitions tests you. It's uncomfortable being put on the spot, but you gotta stand your ground, especially when it comes to your path. Let this tense exchange act as a reminder that you are tenacious as F. Houses activated are the 10th and the 4th. Leo. Does it work better if I say houses before or after? I don't know. Let's try it before. The 9th and the 3rd. Life calls you to run away from all that is familiar. There's an unignorable urge to explore new worlds. Though not as foolhardy as a legit overseas trip, try journeying to another time and place via the mind. Reading, writing, video games, what have you. It's actually a better use of that adventurous energy. Virgo. Your houses activated are the 8th and the 2nd. Virtually every emotion felt today will be 10 times more intense than usual and could lead to a heated confrontation with your partner or a mom. Loans, scholarships, and your so-called inheritance are the crux of the matter. You could also find yourself lusting after something or someone that isn't yours. Libra. The houses activated are the 7th and the 1st. Like Aries, there's a power imbalance that needs to be amended. It might feel like you're in an emotional boxing match with your partner or teammates. Whose needs matter most, theirs or yours? Unfortunately, you're lacking the detachment needed to answer this question, which is a first for you, because you're very detached and rational. So hold off from any rash decisions. Not that you make those. Scorpio. Houses activated are the 6th and the 12th. Stress is weighing on you, man. Igniting your day-to-day is a firestorm of to-dos, quizzes, readings, working. You may suddenly realize that you're overworked, underslept, and anxious as hell. Rather than have a meltdown, you should take a day or two to practice some self-care. Meditate, journal, or do some art. Sagittarius. The houses activated are the 5th and the 11th. Self-centeredness doesn't have to be a bad thing. Then again, it may lead you to act without thinking. Your ego pushes you to separate yourself from the group. Now, that devil may care impulsivity may be charming to you, but today it could incite unnecessary drama and initiate 1 or 2 power plays. Capricorn. The houses activated are the 4th and the 10th. I should get another voice to do that. Conclusions are on the horizon. Home projects or moving plans come to an end, and this energizes the heck out of you. Still, you can't help but feel a little nostalgic for the way things were. Rather than get butthurt about the past, you should focus on your promising future, okay? Aquarius. Houses activated 3rd and 9th. I really want another voice on this now. An action-packed couple of days await you, my friend. The pace of your everyday quickens, bringing commotion and constant communication. You're writing and typing and thinking and texting nonstop. Now, good news, if you've been writing and typing and texting to make plans for a long-distance trip, they could be finalized today. And honestly, you could use a break. Pisces. The houses activated are the 2nd and the 8th. Priorities. What are yours? The area of your life related to money and possessions is of particular interest as of late. Finances shared with your spouse, your parents, your bank have been your prime concern, but this is to your detriment. Today could be the day you realize what you really stand for. And there you have it. Your 2021 Aries Full Moon forecast, horoscope, whatever you want to call it, courtesy of me, Cosmic Cannibal. This has been a fun episode of Cosmic Chronicles, I must say. I think the Aries Full Moon is very inspiring. That should be the last word that we say with this. Everything that I said before is important. You can take from it what you will. You can throw it out. I really don't care. It's your life. You do you. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to provide vague, yet perhaps savvy astrological advice. Really, the Aries full moon is going to be an emotional day because the moon is the emotion planet. It's the luminary of our feelings, and Aries is a sign that's very much in touch with its feelings, but there's an immediacy to the feelings. So if you feel like there's an urgency building in the air, you're right, there is, and it's all because of this lunation. But the good news is it'll be over soon. Of course, if you listen to this episode post October 20th, then you're kind of SOL, because I don't think any of this will help you at this point, you know. It's kind of like knowing the answers to a quiz after you've taken the quiz. You're like, I don't have much need for this anymore. Anyway, thank you for listening.